BNF podcast, man. I'm back. I'm happy to be back with y'all. It's the first episode of the year. It's gonna be a special one. I promise you. You know, it's been a long wait. Sorry for the wait. But I believe in quality, not quantity. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather, if I'm gonna give the streets something, I'm gonna give the culture something, I want it to be something that people's gonna appreciate and like, you know. But happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody's staying safe out here. Wear your mask, stay safe. Y'all heard my story. I had COVID before. You know, I beat that shit. I'm good out here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just real. I done told y'all before. Y'all seen the last episode. I told you I had COVID, you know, and you don't be that guy making phone calls to bitches that you fuck and you got COVID, you know? So you don't want to be that type of guy. So make sure you mask up and stay safe out here, man. Today's going to be a special episode. Shout out to Stadium. Stadium just opened up a store. Let me tell y'all the address, man, for my people. Y'all need to check it out. We got Stadium just opened up a store. Check them out. 69 North Main Street. Shout out to my niggas in Stadium. Love y'all. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Nickel and Dime just opened up. They just had their opening, I believe, on Saturday. Shout out to them niggas. 668 Center Street in JP. Shout out to my brother Young. You know what it is. Everybody eats. You know what it is. Shout out to my nigga Blaze. Shout out to the Cambridge niggas out there. Yo. You know the vibe. You know, black business. You know what I'm saying? We got to support our own. And shout out to NK, Neighborhood Kitchen, Zaz. You know what it is, man. We gotta support our own. We got a special episode today. So there's a lot of spicy things I wanted to talk about. Jimmy Snacks and all this. Niggas is wilding out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Doing strange things for a piece of change.
You already know.
But we can't talk about that because we got a serious interview. You know, I'm here with a good brother here that I met at my homegirl's birthday party, Meek. Shout out to Meek. And I met this good brother named Vance, and we had a conversation. He told me a story, and I'm like, yo, I need you on my platform. Shout out to my brother Vance. Vance. I'm
yes,
sorry,
indeed.
my fault,
It's all
Vance.
good, bro. It's all good.
You could have corrected me.
Hey, yo, but listen. Hey, yo, I've been a Vance, I've been a Benny, I've been all that. My sister called me all kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah,
but listen,
that's
it's
cool.
all good.
Vance, I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry. You know,
man,
you're my guy,
man.
Vance.
Yeah, you already know that. Yeah.
But,
yeah.
shout out to his man in the
Yeah,
back
my
who's
man
supporting
Raw.
him.
Yup.
You know, they did some time together, and
Yes,
their
indeed.
bond is tight, and he's still riding with him. Vance got an incredible story. We're gonna talk about it today, man. I'm happy you came on the show, man.
Yes, indeed,
and I'm
bro.
happy for you, brother. Welcome home. You already know
thank
that.
you. Thanks a lot,
Appreciate
bro.
you.
You already know
I
that.
met you over some chicken that you cooked and some
You
mac and
already
cheese.
know,
That
yeah.
shit was fire.
That's what I do.
And his birthday party. That shit was
Yes,
fire.
it did.
I know you was in the joint cooking it up.
Oh, I was chefing like a motherfucker, but I wasn't a chef up north.
I
Got left up
understand.
north.
On the dip
You
section,
you already know that.
You already know what time
yes,
it is.
indeed, bro.
I want you to tell people your full name, where you from, and we're gonna get into it.
All right. Yeah, my name is Vance Washington, and I'm from Dorchester. Well, actually, basically, I was raised in around Bowdoin, Devon, Quincy Street, all that area. That whole area, about majority of my life, what little life that I did have. You know what I'm saying? That's
what year were you born in? If you don't mind,
I was born in 1967.
1967.
Yes, bro.
Damn, that's the trenches.
Yeah.
People think this is the trenches. No,
Yeah.
around them
That
times was the trenches. You talking about civil rights? You talking about racism? You gotta fight niggas and you gotta fight white people.
Yes, I caught the ass end of it. You know what I'm saying? So I seen what it was. Actually, I was a product of it. So
during that time, was there a lot of racism going on? Even though you living in the hood during this time, right? You living in Dorchester. Was there a lot of racism going on in that community? We know racism exists, of course, but I'm just saying in that community. Since it's majority black people.
Yes, but more so, I didn't realize racism until I left Devon Street and moved to Fernell Terrace off of Quincy and Bowdoin.
Okay, Devon, that's not off Columbia?
Off of Columbia, off of Quincy. So I moved from Devon Street, from Interville, Devon, Normandy, up around that area, and then I moved around Fresnel Terrace, off of Quincy, Stanley, Bellevue Street, up around that area.
Okay.
I lived around there, and that's when I really got open because I was still innocent out in Devon Street.
Okay.
Until I moved around on Fresnel Terrace.
Okay. And that's where you did most of your adolescent growing up in?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So during that time, what type of person are you during this time? Are you outside? We have a frame, younger generation outside. Were you a nigga? Were you active? Were you out here?
Man, I was in the streets.
You was in the streets.
My moms had to work, you know what I'm saying? My father wasn't there. Gave promises, telling us he's gonna be there for us and all that shit, but he never was. You know what I'm saying? You know when you were a little kid, especially being a little black kid,
absolutely.
Growing up, and that's the only thing that you had to hold on to is your father and your mother. When back then in the '80s, you know what I'm saying? And in the early '80s, actually, it's before the '80s, before that. But when I can understand shit,
okay,
when I really started understanding shit, it was in the 80s, early 80s, 80, 81, 82. You know what I'm saying? That's when we moved around from Devon Street to Fresnel Terrace. And that's when I moved when I moved on the terrace, that's when it got real. Because one of the things that I dealt was bullying. My brother used to bully me.
Your older brother.
Yeah, my older used to punch on me. He used to do things to me.
Was it bullying or was he trying to toughen you up and get you ready for the real world?
Like now, it's considered bullying. But to me, back then, it was more or less toughening me up. You know what I'm saying? But I think it went a little too far as who I was as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And not to get all like psychological and all crazy, but that can really bring trauma if your brother was abusing you.
Yeah.
There's a difference between, toughening up my bro and taking advantage and just being a straight dickhead and beating on him for no reason and stuff like that.
But you gotta realize this too. At the same time, me and my brother's only a year apart. Our birthdays are my birthday's October 10th. His is October 15th.
Oh, so you should have been whooping his ass, Vance.
But that's what happened afterwards. After I got tired of that shit, my friends around my neighbor was like, "Yo," one day they was like, "Yo, whoop his ass," and I whooped his ass. And from then it was a different look.
What's the relationship with you and your brother today? Y'all never had a good relationship.
Nah. Me at one point, me and my brother had a good relationship, because me going in because I went to jail.
Yeah,
but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But my brother looked out for me.
Okay.
And then I used to look up to my brother. Even still after that, my brother used to bang out, get his hands. His handwork was crazy. Mm-hmm. So I used to look up to my brother. My brother was my dude.
And your brother was outside too. He was a nigga who was outside.
Yeah. He was in the streets like me. Because it was me, him, and my older sister. We was in the street. My sister was she was the one that raised us.
So how many siblings you grew up with? You had an older brother?
I got an older brother, an older sister, and a younger sister. I got a sister that's 10 years from me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And what year was your father removed from your life that you can remember?
I can't even remember my father ever being in my life, living at home with my mom.
So your mom was the one that was holding it down.
She held it down.
And was she working or she was out here hustling doing what she had to do?
No, she was working. My mother don't get high. She don't drink. None of that. She was one of them people that try to make a life for her kids. My mother came up here she was 18 years old with two kids and one on the way. Me on the way.
Oh, she came from a different country?
No, she came from Alabama.
So
she came from Alabama.
Different
so she had two kids already, and me on the way. You know what I'm saying? So it was at 18. Came to Boston, didn't know nobody. You know what I'm saying?
So you grew up in the 80s as an adolescent. Your mom pretty much ain't home.
Yes.
So it's pretty much your siblings together.
Yes,
so pretty much you're raising yourself. You're looking up to your older brother.
Yes.
So you got a lot of time on your hands.
Yes, indeed.
So you can do what the fuck you want because your mom is pretty much hustling, working.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? 9 to 5 and doing whatever she got to do to raise you.
And not only that, not a jab to my mother, but not only that, she played. She went after that. She went to bingo. She'll come home for an hour and she's off to bingo from work. So we never had that time with my mother. So we knew what time my mother would come home. So we in the street.
Yeah.
Until then. So we had to run to the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that structure at home. My mother meant well. You know what I'm saying? And my mother's spending to this day. She's trying to make up for the stuff that
For the lost time.
Yeah. My mother loved me. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. A mother's love is unconditional.
Exactly.
So, so now your mother's not around. Your father's absent. You don't know that nigga.
Yeah.
You in the streets. You doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, what type of activities you was doing in the streets? How, what type of nigga you was out here?
The friends that I had, we was in the street. We was stealing. We would go in Star Market on Stop and Shop on Columbia Road. When all y'all that know who Columbia Road back then, you Stop and Shop. We fill a bag up, go in there, steal food out of there. Little dumb shit, little kid stuff, all junk food. You know what I'm saying? We did little kid shit.
What was your first charge?
My first
what
age?
Age?
My first charge was when I was 12 years old.
Damn, you started early.
12, yeah, 12.
What was your charge?
B&E.
Breaking and entering.
Breaking and entering. And somebody's house that I knew. It was on vacation.
You knew what snacks they had in the pantry. You know
Took a shit in their crib.
Damn, you the worst type of nigga to break into a nigga house.
Leave a turd in your toilet and everything.
Hey, but back in those days, poverty was real.
Yeah, yes indeed.
This is the late 80s or early 80s?
No, it was the early 80s.
So during that time, they wasn't paying much.
No.
A lot of poverty going on, and those B&Es was. I remember living in Boston where B&Es was actually going crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember living in on Lucerne Street. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
And there was a lot of breaking and entering during that time.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Niggas was. That's when ATT, when you had to get the punching the numbers before you go to sleep type shit.
Oh, yeah.
Niggas was still stealing our TVs. Niggas was still coming through. Yeah, still getting us. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't taking shit at the crib. But niggas was still breaking in our shit.
Crib. Yep.
So during that time, niggas had to get it how they had to get it.
Yes, indeed.
So I'm going to ask you this, right? During that time, I watched the Sean Ellis documentary and see what he had to go through. So let's talk about police and the community and how was that between the community and police. Did you face racism at all while you was outside?
The first experience that I had with the police was on Devon Street. A childhood friend. Actually, he was a childhood bully. But I thought he was, you know what I'm saying? But at that time...
Damn, you got bullied a lot. I'm surprised you didn't kill a nigga.
But I'm saying I stepped on his sneakers and he automatically thought that I was supposed to pay for his sneakers. So I was one of them kids that didn't want to get involved in anything. I wanted to take care of it, make sure it was right. You know what I'm saying? And then he ended up getting killed by the police.
All right.
Levi Hart.
Okay.
And he ended up driving. He was driving a stolen car. And back then, the cops in Boston was plant shit on you, throw guns on you and shit like that, and kill you, and just for stealing a car. A kid stealing a car, and you was getting murked for that. You know what I'm saying? Unlike today,
technology.
Technology now is different from back then. Yeah. So you couldn't really prove nothing.
Of course.
These days you got body cams and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So it's a different era. You know what I'm saying? So it was different then. When he died by the hands of the police, that's when I started looking at things different. Then I started hearing things about other little friends dying, getting killed by police. You know what I'm saying? American Legion Highway, chased by police planting shit. And Sean Ellis, when with him, when the cop, crooked cop, crooked cop,
and it was easy for cops to get away with shit and be crooked.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially
and it seemed
for
like
black people,
and it looked like the cops was running the city during that time.
They were running the city. They'll plant something on you. Armstead, all them cops. They was all crooked cops, but. And there was people that looked like you too. Don't get it twisted.
Like it was just white people.
Yeah. Don't think it was just white people. It was cop. Like you got black cops that try to fit in with them. You know what I'm saying? That try to fit in, and they'll do anything to make you look less than. You know what I'm saying? As a black person, in order for them to get ahead in their career.
And also too, I feel like, not to cut you off, I feel like a black cop is trying to gain acceptance by their white peers on the job, so they're gonna do shit to show them I'm with y'all.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To gain their approval and their acceptance.
Exactly.
So they gonna force it. They're gonna go to the extreme with it. But
Exactly.
sometimes the black cops are worse than the white cops.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So which is fucked up. So your first experience with a cop, how did that go?
My first experience with a cop was a bad situation. Is my situation that I'm in right here. Why I'm here now.
And let's hear about that situation. Why you here now? That changed your life forever.
Yes.
Let's talk about that day
That changed everything.
that changed everything for you.
Yep.
For Vance Washington.
Yes, indeed. It was back in 1985. And it turned my life around forever. I mean, I lost 35 years, 6 months of my life because of it. And I never had any trust in the system. Anything that I did as a kid, as a juvenile, I owned up to it. I never wave it off. I never turn to a different direction as far as owning up to what I did as an individual. You know what I'm saying? If anything I got from my mother, I got that. You know what I'm saying?
Accountability.
Accountability. Take responsibilities for your actions. And I have, you know what I'm saying, all throughout my life. And but this day was a different day. You know,
So walk go ahead. Walk us through this day.
I'm not gonna mention his name because
And what year?
This was 1985, June 28th, 27th, 1985.
Okay.
Well, first of all, the story starts like this. I had a friend, my friend. Me and him I moved from Dorchester, from Fernell Terrace to Roxbury on Vine and Forest, Mount Pleasant, in that area. I really didn't know a lot of people around that area, so I didn't fuck with people around there. I always went back to my old hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And hung
Dorchester.
out with people in Dorchester and hung out with people there. So one day, me and my boy, Cool, I'm gonna just call him Cool. He know who he is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put his name out
And you
there.
and this guy was pretty tight during this time?
Yeah, that was my dude. Me and him we graduated from junior high school and everything together.
And
elementary, actually.
You know, you say Dorchester. You a Dorchester nigga.
Yeah, yes indeed.
And it makes perfect sense because a Dorchester nigga is gonna rob you who know you
Yes,
and
indeed.
shit in your crib.
Yes, indeed.
During
At
the
same
beating. That's some
time.
real Dorchester
Yeah, yes,
nigga
indeed.
shit
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Hey, I'm a Dorchester
Gully.
nigga too. I don't know if I'm doing all that
Gully
shit,
with
you
it.
know, shit in the crib, but Dorchester niggas are different.
Yeah, we do this. That's what we do.
We gully with it.
Hell yeah.
So
yes, indeed.
let's get back to the story. So
Yes,
we're gonna say Cool when you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, Cool.
a person you was tight with during
I
this
was tight
time.
with at the time. Me and him goes to this store called Mighty Midgets on Bowden Street, and we meets this female, white female. I kicks her with her. I gets her phone number.
You was talking that shit to
We
her.
talking that shit. But I wasn't serious. I was one of them kids. I was a kid.
Yeah.
Before anything else.
How old are you?
I was 17 at the time.
Okay.
So me and her was kicking it over the phone. So we decided that we meet up over on Bowden Street, on School Street, Church Street. I think it's Church Street. And me and her ended up meeting there. We ended up going in the park. It was more like in the summertime, more like going into summertime, banging in the park.
Hold
you know what I'm
on.
saying?
Let me just slow you down here.
Yes, indeed.
There's a white girl, pretty white girl. I hope she's pretty. You meet her
I don't
with your
fuck with
man.
nothing ugly.
Okay. You got your man of good taste.
Yeah.
You see this white girl, all right, in the hood. I don't know what she's doing in the hood. She from the hood or
She's
she
from the
visiting?
hood.
She's from the hood. You see her, and you end up taking her down the same day, or this is a different day?
Different day, the second day. I say about 4 or 5 days later.
4 or 5 days
4
apart.
5 days
and you end up
apart.
smashing in the park.
I end up smashing in the park.
That's what Dorchester niggas do.
You already know. So I ended up. I said, "Yo, listen, let's walk up to my crib where I lived at now in Roxbury on Vine Street."
Okay.
So we ended up walking. Mind you, if anybody know Dorchester, from walking from Hancock Street, we walked from Bowden Street to Hancock Street to Dudley Street. Anybody know that if there's anything wrong with anybody, everybody's gonna know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to set the picture for you.
No, and,
so you
and back
understand
then,
it.
a lot of people walking was, even
it
was in the 80s, but even in the early 2000s, I used to walk from Dorchester to
walk every
Mattapier,
day,
Roxbury.
all day,
all day. Niggas used to walk all the
I used
time.
to walk from Cummins Highway all the way down
there was
to Dudley
nothing.
Station.
You know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
nothing as a kid. Yeah.
So this is after you done Smash.
Yeah, after I done smashed
Everything's consensual.
Yeah, everything's consensual.
She's walking with you.
You were walking with me.
You had a lot. You still had energy to walk.
Energy to walk, and I walked on. So we ended up going down Hancock Street. I saw one of my boys. We hollered at him. You know what I'm saying? My boy that's popular in the neighborhood. Everybody, to this day, everybody know him. They still live in the same house. You know what I'm saying? So I hollered at him. We continue down across Columbia Road, down Dudley Street, walked up Dudley Street to Vine and Blue Hill Ave. Forest and Blue Hill Ave.
Okay.
And we in Pleasant, because you can go up Pleasant that way too. So we ended up walking over to my boy's crib that lived on Forest Street. And so I went upstairs. I called him, and then we went upstairs and we started watching wrestling. Me, her, and him.
The same dude that you met outside.
Yeah, this is somebody that I know.
Okay.
I yelled up to his window.
Yeah.
He was in the window, so I just went upstairs. So, and one thing I knew about him, his father had an after hour, so I bought something to drink. We sitting there watching wrestling, chilling, just drinking. Old girl standing right there, sitting right there next to me.
Vibing.
You know what I'm saying? All up under me. You know
Of
what I'm
course,
saying?
you laid it down.
Yeah, so so we decide we leave. We goes in the hallway. My hat falls. I got a hat on, and it falls down to the first floor. She goes down and get it. There's a story. There's a reason why I'm telling you this story, because she goes down and gets my hat.
Why? Why
She
did
goes
you
down
get your
because I
hat?
asked her. I said,
Okay.
"Can you go?" I said, "Can you go down and get my hat for me, please?" She went down and got it. She got my hat. Fourth floor.
Yeah.
Meantime, if you had any chance to run, or if you had any chance that felt like something was wrong with you,
We're being
you had
captive.
every opportunity to do
Being
that
held
at that
against your
time.
will. She would've grabbed the hat and ran out.
Exactly. So there was nothing else. So she grabs the hat. She comes back upstairs. She realizes she comes back, give me my hat. We goes down on the third floor. She goes into my man's. Mind you, somebody else was coming upstairs with her. My man, Mark. Fuck him. I don't even give a fuck about that nigga no more.
Yeah, we're not saying no last name.
I don't
Anybody could be a
even
Mark.
give a fuck anyway. It don't
Okay.
even matter anyway.
Yeah.
Don't even matter. He's ghost anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was somebody that I that was around the same age as me, that I took a liking to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes. My brother didn't really like me hanging around that area because of the people that we didn't know nobody around there.
Yeah, because you're from Dorchester.
Yeah,
and you just
but I
moved
took
out
it
there.
upon myself as to be on my own, do
Yeah,
my
yeah.
own thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do my own thing. So I did whatever I wanted to do. My brother was locked up, so he wasn't around. So all that other shit that was going on between me and him was never even in the picture.
Yeah.
So I thought I was gonna venture off on my own.
Absolutely.
That venture became a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? So we left there. We left my boy's house watching wrestling. We goes downstairs around back. But I'm thinking that the house that we're going to is something that he knows. But because I don't know that Forest Street, but I know Forest Street, but I don't know the little apartments and stuff like that. So he took me to one of them. I thought it was abandoned, but actually come to find out later on that somebody lived there.
Okay.
So me, him, Mark go there.
So hold on. Let me slow you down. So it's the girl is still with you.
Yes.
Okay, y'all was out there watching wrestling at the
Yes.
spot. Y'all leave the spot.
Yes.
So now it's you, her, and another person, and another how many people?
It's me, her, and another person. Another person, the person that's coming from
The third-
downstairs
yeah.
when she grabbed my hat.
Yeah.
He was coming upstairs. My man Mark was coming upstairs.
Okay.
He came upstairs with her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you about that story later because she said something that made absolutely no sense.
All right. So now at this point, there's 3 people in the
There's
picture.
3 people.
You, the girl, and your man.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Actually, it's 4 people.
It's 4
Me,
people.
the person I was watching
Wrestling with, and a dude from the 3rd floor.
Yes, and the
The
dude
nigga
that
Mark.
came from downstairs.
Is that Mark?
From the 1st floor, Mark.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So now it's 4 of y'all.
There's 4.
Okay. So now you at a spot that you
Yeah.
think that is abandoned, but
Yeah.
it's
But
really
come
not.
to find out, we sitting in some chairs. I copped something from
The after hours
his
spot.
father,
Yep.
to drink. We down there chilling. And so we drinking. So I goes in there, I smash.
Smash again.
In the room. We go in the room and smash again. So
Yeah, good testosterone.
yeah,
That's 2 nuts in one day.
yeah, listen, man.
I'm one and done.
It's better today. Today, I don't need Viagra. Viagra is me.
Yo,
That's another story.
Man, stay away from mine,
You already
please,
know that.
brother. Stay away from mine.
You already know
So
that,
you
bro.
smash again.
Yeah, we smashed again. We smashed again.
You smash in the spot that you
In
thought
the
was
spot,
abandoned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I tells her, I said, yo, listen, hook my man up. Hook my man Mark up. So she was like, oh, I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, listen, I'll leave your ass out here. You know what I'm saying? You'll find your own way back home.
Dorchester nigga shit.
Yeah. So she didn't say nothing. She didn't say shit. You know what I'm saying? I leaves out of there. My man goes in there. After about a few minutes, and I was like, nah. Being a kid, like, I'm like, no, that's it. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, 2 people come in, a female and a dude, and they live in there. The apartment that I thought was abandoned.
Okay.
So we leaves there, and we goes to my apartment. Picture this. Me going to my apartment. Not to my apartment, to my building with a white chick and my man going into the basement. I goes in the basement. We had a sheet that we took from the other place. We went over there. I smashed again.
God damn, Vance.
I smashed again. So me and this nigga,
You are a savage.
So I leaves out of there, and my man goes in there and he smashed. You know what I'm saying? We leave there. We catch a cabs. Mind you, I'm on Vine Street, a little ways down to Dudley Station. We goes to Dudley.
Where is the girl at this point in time?
She's with us.
Okay, she's still with y'all.
She's still with us.
Okay.
No problem.
You got some good pipe. She won't leave. She won't leave, my nigga Vance.
You already know. This is what I do.
Yeah, okay, Vance.
But I'm taking.
Yeah, okay.
You already know that.
Shout out to your old lady
Yeah, you
out
already
there.
know that. Yeah, Janelle, all day.
Yeah, okay. Talk your
Hold me
shit.
down. You already know that. But anyway, we ended up over there. I smashed. Then I let my man, and then my man went in there and smashed. We leaves there. From our basement.
Get in a cab.
We gets in the cab, goes down Dudley. I'm talking shit through the cab ride about how much it costs and all that dumb shit. I can remember everything to this day. What was going on?
That moment
You know
changed
what
your
I'm
life.
saying? Yeah,
of
it
course.
changed my life. So I can remember me arguing about how much it costs just to get in a cab. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid.
Absolutely.
So, bullshitting. So
No,
we
of course.
goes down to Nubian Ocean in Dudley Station. Mind you, in Dudley Station, inside of Nubian Ocean, there's an armed guard. There's an armed guard in there. There's a police station across the street. Right across the street. You would be a fool if you was doing anything to anybody to be down Dudley at that time. So it was around 2:00 in the morning. We're down Dudley. I buy 3 orange juices. One for me, one for her, and one for him. My boy, Mark. We walks on Washington. We grab that. We leaves out of there. Mind you, I'm in the back of the store grabbing orange juice. This dude sitting up front. White security guard with a gun on him. He got a gun on him. I don't have shit.
Yeah.
We leaves there. We walks down Washington Street. a cop car comes by. Points the light in the eyes. I mean, the fog light, whatever they call that on the side of the car, they point that in our face. And then they leave. They just keep it moving, keep it pushing. They circle her back around, call her over to the car. Spotlight on her, call her over to the car. She goes over. Calls Mark over to the car. He goes over. Calls me. I run. Mm-hmm. The reason why I run, and it looks suspicious, but the reason why I run is because I have a warrant. Do the math. Check my record. You can find out anything. Google me. You know what I'm saying? You'll find out anything you want to know.
So
about
you didn't run because you thought you did anything wrong.
Wrong. I
you
read
because
because
you knew.
I had another case before that.
Okay.
I had a case. My oldest sister's baby's father. He was doing his time. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to turn myself in. I was working at All American Heroes at the time. Mm-hmm. It's a sub shop in Watertown Mall. Mm-hmm. I was in. Everybody know me in there.
What was the charge for the warrant?
The warrant was unarmed robbery.
Oh, you wasn't playing.
But the thing about it was, I didn't have nothing. I just got out. Mm-hmm. I just got out of jail, and I eat that. I owe that. I ain't even gonna go into what was going on with the case because that ain't what I do. Okay, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? I eat mine. If I own it, even if somebody else did it, that's what I do.
Accountability.
That's what I take responsibilities for my own actions.
Mm-hmm. That's a real man.
Yeah, exactly. So I runs to OP from Washington Street. Run through the little woods, like it was like a little abandoned area. Yeah. There used to be a supermarket. Mm-hmm. I runs through there. I goes through OP. Cop chases me. They spot me and they chase me. I goes up on the roof. I hides up on this top part of the roof where there's a landing but my feet was sticking out. He saw the feet. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Come down." I come down.
Is his weapon drawn?
No, his weapon's not drawn. He has a flashlight. Long flashlight. He hits me across the face. Hits me in the face and tries to throw me off the roof. I'm holding on to this cop. This white cop. Trust me, I'm 100, probably 140, 150 pounds soaking wet.
And this is a grown man.
Grown ass man says that I try to throw him off the roof. Mm-hmm. Picture that. You know what I'm saying? So he couldn't do it because I was holding on to him for dear life. He's trying to throw me off. Yeah. He drags me downstairs. I'm bleeding from hitting with the flashlight. And he says, "Oh, you want to rape white women?" I'm like, "I don't even know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?" And he hit me. You know what I'm saying? So go down to the station. You
get arrested.
I get arrested. They put me in a cell. They pull me out. They want to do a comb search through my pubic hairs and all that dumb shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. I'm a kid.
Yeah, 17
you know what I'm saying?
years old.
So I don't know what's going on. So
how old is the female, the young white female?
15.
She's 15.
15 at the time. Mm-hmm. I'm saying to myself, like, why is in this cell? I'm sitting in this cell. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Why is she saying this? And as a kid, and you first thing I thought about was how the cops treated me, how they treated me like I was shit. As a black kid, you wasn't shit. Your word didn't mean shit. What she said to you, was gold. Better than gold.
Better than gold. Wasn't even gold.
It wasn't even gold. That shit was better than gold. Mm. My shit. What I had to say wasn't nothing.
So pretty much, you didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
You're running away from the situation because you got a warrant.
Yes, indeed.
Cop hits you. You're fighting for your life because he's trying to throw you off the roof. You get hit with a flashlight. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, he's telling you that you try to rape a white girl.
And rape a white girl. He said, "Oh, you want rape girls?" So he started hitting me with his flashlight. You know what I'm saying? So as a kid, what the fuck are you supposed to? What are you supposed to think about as somebody doing something like that to you? You know what I'm saying?
And that charge is heavy. So now you in the cell.
I'm not even thinking about the charge.
Yeah.
The charge ain't shit to me.
Yeah.
If you a kid, you don't think about that charges. Them charges ain't shit.
Can't even process it.
You can't even process that shit. That shit ain't nothing to you.
Yeah.
Until the day. You know what I'm saying? Until the day that you actually have to deal with it.
So walk us through the point. So now you in the jail cell.
I'm in Roxbury courthouse. Mm-hmm. I'm in the jail cell. I got a fucking co-defendant that's saying, "Oh, what you done did? Oh, what you done did? You did." Like he's trying to make me look like I did something wrong.
So and this is the guy you was with.
That I was with.
That you put on.
Yeah, exactly. So he was saving his own ass. Come to realize later on that he was trying to save his own ass. I didn't know that.
Was he locked up too? Did he get locked up also?
He got locked up too.
So you was with him in the cell?
So me and him I was in one cell, he was in another cell. So he's talking in a police station.
What was his temperature like?
He was kind of like, his temperature was like, he was kind of warm because one of the things, he didn't understand what was going on.
So this is before he made any statements.
Before he even made any statement, the shit was still innocent. He still had his shit. He still could stick with his story, whatever was going on.
And they was charging him with rape also?
They would. I don't even know what they was charging. At that point, I didn't know what they was charging him with. I didn't know what he was being charged with. Until that combed through my pubic hairs, that's when I realized that it was more than what I thought it was. Even when the cop said something to me, I still didn't realize what I was getting into.
Yeah. So what happens when they do the comb through?
When they do the comb through, they throw me back in the cell. Yeah, a few people come in that I know. You know what I'm saying? A guy come in that I know. I didn't know. He ended up doing an 18 to 20. I mean, yeah, 18, was it an 18 to 20? He ended up doing an 18 to 20, but for a murder case. But me and him end up being cool and all that. Said Sam, all that. My nigga, he know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I can shout him out.
Yeah, go ahead,
you know
shout him out.
Yeah, so me and him became cool. We started talking about my case, and he was like, yo, that's a serious case. You guys, you're going to be dealing with some shit. As
17
a kid,
years
you don't
old,
know
you don't
that
know.
shit.
You don't know.
You still don't understand. Because you're going into an adult environment.
I'm talking to the mic, Vance.
You're going into an adult environment. So you don't understand what's going on with you.
And at this point, you're 17 years old. You're still a juvenile. Are they charging you as an adult?
At that point, I don't know if they're charging me as an adult because I had a counselor that was a juvenile counselor. He came to Roxbury Community. I mean, not Roxbury Community Court. He came to Roxbury Court. Mm-hmm. He came to Roxbury Court, and he explained to me what was going on with my situation. That's when I realized how serious it was. It was in the papers. It was It was in the Herald. You know what I'm saying? And I read the next day. I read the paper, and it was like they made me out to be an animal, a kid that's an animal.
Of course.
And then from then, my life was a living hell.
All right, so I want you to walk us through the whole court situation.
Yeah.
So you being charged with rape now.
Mm-hmm.
So old boy's your Cody. This dude named Mark. That's your Cody.
Cody.
So did you have your charges now? You're being charged with rape.
I'm being charged with rape. Everything's going through. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit because I want.
Tell him the judge was mad.
Yeah, yo, the judge that comes in the end. Yep. Yo, so I'm going to trial. I'm not feeling what they saying. I'm not feeling nothing that they're saying. That they want me to cop out the 12 to 20, which I'm not.
Is this you have a court appointed lawyer at this time?
I have a court appointed attorney. He's a judge now.
Okay,
He's a judge in the SJC, the highest court in Massachusetts.
All right.
In New England.
Let me get some facts. Let me do some facts right here just to get everything clear.
Yeah.
Are they charging you as a juvenile or they're charging you as an adult at this point?
They're charging me as an adult.
At 17 years old?
17 years old.
And are they able to do that? At 17, are you known as an adult through the judicial system?
I guarantee you, right? If I was white, I probably wouldn't have been known as an adult.
So since you're a black male, at 17, they was charging you as an adult.
Charging me as an adult. With a white female.
And your lawyer at this time you have a court-appointed lawyer at this time?
I have a court-appointed attorney.
Okay, so now you in.
I have, mind you, first of all, I had a black appointed attorney that I felt comfortable with.
And this is the same person that tried to make you cop out to a plea.
It's not.
Okay.
He made his thing was this. He was gonna go to the hoop with it, but the thing about it was he got off my case, and I didn't know why he got off my case. Come to find out, one day I was watching the news. He's a judge now. He became a judge.
They took the black guy off your
the case. He became a judge. So now I got stuck with Rosenfeld.
Okay,
attorney Rosenfeld.
And was he a white guy or a black guy?
He was a white guy.
And he wants you to plead out to 7.
He wanted me to plead out.
To what, 17?
He wanted me to plead out to 12 to 20.
12 to 20.
12 to 20 years.
Wow.
So you have to realize that, mind you, I was probably like around 20, 21 at the time.
So you sitting.
Now I'm starting to.
You're sitting through this, yeah.
I'm marinating through that whole shit. So I ended up going to trial. I took it to trial. I wasn't copping out to something that I ain't do. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I took it to the hoop. I got found guilty. The judge, mind you, this is a big part of the case. The judge. But let's not talk about the judge for a second. Let's talk about the DA and how the DA reacted. They had a sidebar. And I can remember this fucking shit to this day because one thing about a person, if you know you didn't do something, trust me, if anybody that's out there in the airways that know this shit, right? If you fucking know something in your head, if you're in your head, you know you didn't do something, you're gonna believe that.
Of course.
You're gonna believe that, and you're gonna stick with that until the end. Of course,
that's your truth.
And nobody knows that better than black people. Black people know that better than anybody else in this fucking country. Look at, we dealing with this bitch ass shit right now with this faggot ass white orange bitch ass nigga Trump. Mm-hmm. So we've been
he's out of here now. He's out of here now,
and we still dealing with this bitch. Yep. They still having impeachment shit and all this shit. Just trust me, I'm not slow to how the world is going on around me while I'm doing all this time. You know what I'm saying? I'm that same nigga that's stinking on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So I know what people are thinking. I know what people are thinking about me.
So you know that people thinking you did this.
Yeah. Of course.
So you felt, did you know that day when they said the verdict, you knew that they was gonna say guilty? Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. But I felt it. I felt it because of how I've been treated my whole fucking life. Up until today. Even to where I was dealing with my family coming here today. The shit that I had to deal with today. But you had to be a man about shit.
So where's your Cody during this time right now? Where's your Cody? Is he on trial too?
My Cody is on the other side, thinking that he's getting a lovely deal.
So he's testifying against you.
He's testifying
against you. He switched sides.
He switched sides for no reason.
So he started working with the people to save his ass.
Mind you. Listen. The nigga's a rat.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga's a rat. But don't get it twisted. I'm not for 1 second that he was a kid. He was thinking along the lines of saving his own ass.
Of course, self-preservation. Exactly. That's what rats do.
Exactly. And you know what? You know what they do? Them same niggas was in the house with under the porch, nigga, while you was taking care of them motherfucking white man. That same nigga that was motherfucking light skinned, that was in the house, that same nigga. So that's how I look at it. Yeah. Even though I wasn't even a part of that, my great grandmother, I honestly believe this, bro, because I never got to see my grandmother. I see my great grandmother. You know what I'm saying? And not many people have ever got to say that they've seen their great grandmother.
Understood.
Back then.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So my life is different from A lot of other
So
people.
did you feel betrayal? Did you, when you seen him take the stand against you and work with the state? How did you feel?
I'm gonna tell you when I felt betrayed. I felt betrayed when I came up through the elevator and this nigga said to me, "Oh, you done fucked up now."
Wow.
And I felt for anybody that
Broke your heart?
that shit broke me. The reason why it broke me because nigga was trying to save his own ass.
That's what rats do.
Yeah, he's trying to save his own ass at the expense of me.
That's fucked up.
At the expense of me.
Let me ask you this. So obviously, you get everything. You
Yeah.
get the discovery. You
Yeah.
get it. You know, you went through your case. Did you know? You already knew he was testifying against you. They told you that,
Yeah,
right?
they told me he was testifying.
So when you first seen his name as a person working with the state to testify against you, how did that make you
I
feel?
was lost. I was lost because I was wondering how the fuck
What could he
what
say?
the fuck could he say that's gonna fuck me up? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that I thought to myself.
You know, over here, Vance, my platform, we don't fuck with rats.
You already know.
And one thing with rats, you can't give a rat anything. You
Yes,
can't give
indeed.
a rat. You can't do a crime with rat. Learning from your story, you can't even give a rat some pussy.
Trap him in the corner.
You
See what
can't
he
even
do.
give him pussy. They gonna
Yeah,
tell on
hell
you.
yeah, you already
So
know.
it's like these niggas is just no matter what.
They out there.
It's just
They're
in
out
them.
there, yeah,
They just
yes,
in
indeed.
them.
To save that own ass.
They say they own ass. So
say that
you
on
see a
ass.
man on the paperwork. You see that he's gonna testify, and you run into him when he's about to testify, and he
I get
tells
off
you
the elevator.
and he
I
tells
get
you what
off-
he told you.
I get off the elevator and the nigga says to me, "Oh, you done fucked up." Me being a young kid, the first thing that I'd think about, I'm like, huh?
What the fuck you
What
talking
the
about?
fuck are you talking about? So he goes to trial.
And you gotta listen to him testify.
He's testifying, but everything that he's saying is in my favor. So that's the thing that made it good because everything, do the fucking math. He testified against me, but everything that he said was in my favor. It doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? He was saving his own ass. I don't give a fuck about that. Matter of fact, I don't even give a fuck about that nigga. I don't even
of course
care about
not.
him.
Of
I don't
course.
even- it's about me at this point. You know what I'm saying?
So when you get charged with this, he doesn't do no time in jail, and he was with you.
He did no time. He did. After I seen him in Roxbury Community, I keep
The
saying
court. Yeah, it's
I keep
fine.
saying
It's
community.
fine. It's
I keep-
fine.
Know why? I keep saying community college because I remember community college up around on whoever
Yeah,
know this, they know what I'm talking
RCC.
about.
This
Yeah,
RCC.
exactly.
It
You
still
already
exists
know
today.
that. Yes, indeed.
So,
Yes,
so
indeed.
I'm with you. So
Yes,
you gotta
indeed.
understand this. So you have to do this time, and this person was with you during a crime that they allege happened,
Yeah.
and he was there, but he does no time.
No time.
But you have to serve.
I have to serve.
So
He got an 8. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he got an 18 to 20 suspended.
wow,
And he did no
wow.
time.
And what they hit you with?
He skated out. But mind you, before he skated out of town, I had a conversation with him through some niggas that live around the same area. So these niggas is telling me they tell me, oh yo, I hear about what's going on with Mark. I heard that was fucked up shit. That was fucked up what he did. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that shit at this point.
Of course. You're fighting for your life.
No, I ain't fighting for my life. I already done got the time.
So what time how much time they hit you with? The 12 to 20?
What they no.
That's what they wanted you to
It
play
was
out to.
deeper than that.
Oh my God.
They offered me a 12 to 20. I denied the 12 to 20. When I went to court, when I went to trial,
You took it
found
to-
guilty. I took it to the
Hoop, yeah.
And they found me guilty, of statutory, and they found me a rape, statutory rape, kidnapping, armed robbery.
Armed robbery? For what do you mean armed robbery?
Cause she let me wear the chain. She gave me a chain to wear, and I wore the chain, and I wore the ring.
And they charge you with
and
that.
they charged me with that. They said armed robbery, but I had no weapon on me. So how the fuck? And throughout the whole day, I'd had no weapon on me. How the all of a sudden?
And they found you with no weapon.
Yeah.
So what they end up hitting you with?
They hit me. They hit me with armed robbery. How the fuck you gonna? First of all, armed robbery. That means you have something on you. Armed dwelling.
Yeah.
You got something on you. You got a gun. You got a knife. You have something on you that's gonna prove that you did what you did. I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. I had no gun, no knife, no nothing. But my dick in my hand.
At this point.
At this point.
So what's the time they gave you at this point?
I didn't cop out. So what the judge did was he got mad at me because I wouldn't take the
plea.
12 to 20, the plea. So what he did was double my time.
Oh my God.
Gave me 24 to 40. With a rape case, that's 40 years. I did 35 years, 6 months of my fucking life down the drain.
For something you did not do.
That I did not do. Don't know my mother. Don't know my sisters. Don't know my brother. Only nigga that I really know is my man Rob P.
Who was here with you today?
Who's here with me today. Cause we roll together every day. That's my nigga. We don't. No, hold on. Let me correct that. We don't roll together every day, but we think like that every day. Meaning that me and this nigga know we've been through this shit. We've been through the trenches. We done did this shit. We know what it's about. So I don't know what I'm not asking nobody to do. I'm not asking nobody to believe my story. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to believe my story. You don't. But facts are the facts. You know what I'm saying? And they are who they are. They are who they are. But the thing about know what's fucked up? Because I'm gonna bring you to recently.
Let me ask you one question before you talk about recently, because I still want to talk about your case. And you're a black man during this time in the judicial system, facing a rape charge versus a white female. You have a friend who you thought was a friend turned against you, went state, said what he had to say, which was the truth. You know, just to save his own ass.
Yeah, 'cause he didn't lie.
Are you starting to feel racism at this point during this trial? Did you start to feel like, I'm a black man, they're trying to frame me for a rape for a girl that I was with the whole day, for a white girl I was with the whole day?
I'm gonna tell you now. Now picture this: you being a young kid. I haven't talked about this with nobody but my man right here, my nigga. Imagine being a kid in a courtroom with only your cousin there.
Why wasn't your mother there? Your sisters?
My mother was working. My sister was doing their own thing. So it was in the 80s, and it was one of them things I was by myself.
You had no support system.
I had no support system. Not no knock to my moms. My mom's did everything she could as a black woman to raise her kids right. She worked.
Her time was limited.
Worked. Yeah, she did her thing.
Her time was
I'm
limited.
never gonna blame my mom. I'm never gonna blame. She did her fucking thing.
Of course
she
not.
worked.
Of course.
As a black woman.
Of course.
She did what she could to take care of her kids.
And she can't afford losing her job.
Yeah, exactly. So it was one of them things. But my mom did everything she could to raise me.
So you going through this process pretty much alone. Mm-hmm. You know, all you probably have is your lawyer, who's probably not after your best interests anyway. Exactly. He wants you to plea out. So he's probably mad that you even wanted to take it to the hole.
Yep. So fast forward to today. I'm fighting. 2018, I'm fighting. 17, I'm fighting. Let's start at 2017. I'm fighting. I'm going through it. I'm going through all the emotions because it takes years. It never works out the way you want it to work out when you're in the joint. So it takes years. It's easy to get in jail, but it's hard as hell to get out. It's hard as hell to get out. And especially, it's hard as hell to get out as a black man. I don't use my race. I don't use that. I don't use me being a black person as a reason why things ain't going my way. I'm a real nigga. I'm a hard nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit. All that.
And you take accountability for your actions.
Yeah.
You're a stand-up guy.
I take accountability for my actions. And fuck them fuck niggas. I don't fuck with fuck niggas. Yo, anybody that know me, that's a real nigga, that know me like my man Raw P, nigga, I don't give a fuck about nobody else. I don't care. You can slander me all you want, nigga, but don't come to my face.
Let me ask you this.
I'm about family.
Let me ask you about this, right? So now you get convicted.
Yeah.
Is slander's gonna happen because you've been charged with rape?
Yeah.
Now you about to do some time upstate. How is that transition? Because you know niggas gonna be at you because it's not comfortable for niggas with a charge that you got charged with going into the big house. Niggas gonna try to push you around. Niggas gonna pop they shit. So how was that transition for you going into the big house?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. It comes with a little manipulation. You have to work the system. You know what I'm saying? My system, me working the system, you know what it was about? It's about me beating a nigga's head in.
You was fucking niggas up.
Fucking niggas up.
Niggas was trying you?
That was my, niggas wasn't trying me after what I was doing. I'm a real nigga. At the end of the day, nigga, you can trump them charges up against me all day. But at the end of the day, I know who I am. But when you lose sight of who you are, that's when it becomes a problem. It wasn't a problem for me.
Because you know who you was.
Because I knew who I was. And I wasn't going to allow niggas to dictate how my life was going to turn out. That's all that was about. I'm a real nigga at the end of the day.
How easy was it for you to make that transition?
You know what?
After your charge.
Beating a nigga upside the head the first time. That's all the streets. The streets, if you in the streets, nigga, know this. Know this. All you young niggas out there that think you about that shit, you talk about you slander OGs and all that shit, nigga. I'll tell you to this day, nigga, you go in jail, you'll be nothing but a bitch.
It's real.
You'll be nothing but a bitch. Don't never think that you bigger than the system. Nigga, cause you'll be slayed.
Food. We call that food.
Yeah, you'll be eating. Niggas eat you like dog food. Niggas eat you like dog food in there.
And name some of the places that you did time at.
I did time in the Max, Shirley Max.
Talking to the mic.
Sousa Baranowski. I done did time at Walpole when Walpole was real. At the end of when it was real. I done did time at Norfolk. I done did time at Shirley. Only place I haven't been at is gay ass motherfucking Gardner. So yeah.
But you been everywhere.
I've been everywhere.
Did they ever move you out of state?
I was out of state. I was out of state for 18 months.
I'm surprised. I thought they only moved niggas out of state for Fed cases.
Man, listen. They'll move you out of state for anything. I was out of state for 18 months. That Texas. I was in Dallas, Texas. But that was the realest shit I ever had because it was all black. It was all black. You know how you in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
In Massachusetts, how you are, you're around all white people?
Yeah.
It's the total opposite. All black people. Females, all that. If you didn't come up with a female, you was a bitch ass nigga. For real. Real talk.
In Texas?
I'm telling you, yeah. That was real shit. Real niggas deal with real shit.
So niggas was fucking a lot of CEOs up in Texas.
I had my own.
Okay.
I ain't gonna shout her out because I don't know if she's still working there. Nah,
don't do that.
But you know what I'm saying?
But shout out to her anyway.
Big booty, you know who you are. H, you know how you are.
H-Town.
Hell yeah. But I got a real love right now. I gotta show her out.
Be cool, Vance.
You already know that she's
be cool, Vance. Let's stay on the same page.
You already know.
Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. I want to get you in trouble. So, okay, you did a lot of time.
Before she slapped me.
So you did a lot of time. You had to make that transition.
Yeah.
So now you becoming a grown man. So how was the experience in the big house? Being in these state prisons. I know South Bay, and I know I'm talking about big boy shit, Walpole, Shirley, all the places you've been in. How was that? How was that experience for you?
See, it's easy to sit on a mic and talk about how you was an illest, you was gully and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to say that shit. And for evil,
Make sure these niggas hear what you're talking about.
But it's easy for somebody to gravitate to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people will gravitate to that negative shit.
Yeah.
Nobody want to gravitate towards that positive shit. Yeah, I banged out. Yeah, I banged out because I had to. Niggas wasn't gonna do nothing to me. Nigga, don't let the glasses fool you.
And the
Real
light skin,
talk.
and the complexion.
Nigga in the light glasses. Real talk. Let's talk real talk. Nigga, don't let the glasses fool you. For real. Real talk, my nigga.
Heart of a dark skin nigga.
Yeah. You know what? I love my dark skinned people. My black ass Risa, shout out to you, my cuz. You know I love you. You already know that.
So it sounds like it was an easy transition because you ain't no pushover. You ain't no punk.
Yeah,
so you was holding it. You was holding your own.
Holding my own. And ain't a nigga on this planet can say that I didn't. If you are, you bitch ass nigga.
And you told me something off camera that I never knew, that you was locked up with Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah. Aaron Hernandez. The shit that people are talking about him in the streets right now.
He wasn't fucking niggas.
I'm talking a person that's on the outside looking in. That nigga wasn't. Yo, I sold that nigga dudes. So what? I sold him some K2.
Yeah.
But that nigga was real. Anytime I
He wasn't fucking niggas in there?
No.
He didn't have a gay lover?
Fucks no. Hell no. Well, all that shit that they talking about, that shit about that man being gay and all that shit. Nigga, I never seen none of that. If he was, that nigga took on the realest nigga of all time, and he banged him out.
So Aaron Hernandez was in there holding shit down, holding it
down. All them niggas that they can't say, all them niggas that got something to say against him. I'm not a gang. I don't bang. I'm not a bang. I'm not a blood. I'm not a crip. I don't do none of that.
What was
shit.
Aaron? What was he? A blood?
He was a blood. He was a gorilla. I think he was a gorilla. I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the nigga was out there. He was a real nigga. And yo, I seen some shit with this dude that was real. He everything that I dealt with him was all real. He never turned on a motherfucker. He used to work out. I used to watch this nigga. Even though I used to deal with niggas, one thing you know about in the jail, you deal with a motherfucker accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People might say, yo, this nigga, he getting on the mic, he's talking all this fucking shit and all this. And this nigga, anybody that know me,
know the real.
Know the real.
Niggas gonna talk regardless, Vance. You know that.
Yo, bitch ass niggas gonna say whatever they gonna say.
You know, let them talk. We can't stop that.
Yo, I've been dealing with bitches all my life.
Of course.
But you know what? Bitches are gonna whisper. Bitches whisper.
And talk behind.
Me and my niggas know that. Me and my niggas know that. Yo, I can't. I was.
And they start speaking up when you're not around. That's when they voice. They get a little bit loud.
Yeah, they get hard. But you know what? I ain't no hard nigga. I ain't no hard nigga, but I deal with it. I deal with when they come through.
Was Aaron Hernandez a nigga in there acting hard, tough, or was he just himself?
He was a mellow nigga.
Oh, it's cool.
He'd get on the phone, talk to his girl, his baby. He used to, he shadow box. He box with my man T.
Was niggas trying him? Because he was an NFL nigga. Niggas didn't believe what were they hearing.
At first they was trying him because you know how jail is. Niggas don't want to be dealing with none of that shit. And T, you know how he is. He's one of them motherfuckers that ain't gonna take no shit.
He wasn't taking no shorts.
He wasn't taking no shorts with nobody.
What do you think about his story now? How it ended? Him sacrificing his life for his family.
That story. Cause you know what? Everybody in the joint wish they had that opportunity that he had
to sacrifice his life for his family.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people say Aaron Hernandez was crazy, but he did something that I do not have the guts to do. And even if I had a family, I don't know if I'll be able to give up my life. You know, that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah,
you know, people can say whatever they want, but just to give up my life, take my own life. It's different if I'm having somebody take my life from me to sacrifice it for my family. But for me to personally take my own life, it's something I can't really think about to do. But for him to do that, to get that check for his family and do whatever he had, that's definitely selfless. You know, and it's different. You know, people can criticize him for it. People can talk shit about it, but you know, not everybody's gonna do that.
One thing about me, I'm not gonna say no more about that man because I know who he from what I experienced and what I understand of who he is. I want to stick to that.
Yeah, because you knew him better than a lot of people.
Yeah. I'm in the block.
You was on the block together with him, and he wasn't PC. He was out there, General Pop, GP.
He'll bang your ass out.
He was outside.
Yeah, he wasn't no soft ass nigga. He's real with his. Shit happens, bro.
So let's,
like me, shit happens.
So now you gotta go through this, right? You in there with some people. You seen a lot of crazy shit in jail. Now let's talk about you. What's going through your mind? Appeal, trying to get your life back. You're fighting for your life. Did you ever lose hope?
Of course. One thing people need to understand is when you tell your mother.
Come forward a little bit, Vance, because you speaking some real shit.
When you talk to your mother, you tell your mother that I'm coming home after fucking 30 fucking 5 years and 6 months. How do you keep explaining that to your family? It's hard, bro. That's the hardest shit that you could ever imagine.
Did you ever think you was coming home?
Nah, hell no. You can imagine it. You can imagine it all day, but you can't fathom it. You a nigga in jail, doing time, and a white man telling you what you can and cannot do. Go to sleep, nigga. Straight like that. Y'all can take it any way you want, but go to sleep, nigga. I'm done with you. Get it a cattle. A cattle is this. A bunch of black motherfuckers, Spanish motherfuckers getting in a fucking corral. Like you cattle. Nigga, that was the worst shit that I could ever face in my life. A motherfucking white man telling me to get in the cattle.
And let me ask you this. As you tell me all this and your experience in jail, did you ever feel any hate for this white girl who lied on you?
You know what? I ain't got time for hate. That bitch can do what she want.
You didn't feel no hate in your heart?
Man, listen. I done found out shit since I done went to trial. What
did you find out?
I done found out shit that this bitch is a racist.
Oh, man.
Yeah, yo, she came to my, yo, listen, 35 years later, today, she comes to court and asks the judge, can she talk to me?
That doesn't sound like a girl who's
Personally.
been raped. That doesn't. If you was raped by somebody, I don't care if it's 30 years after. I don't care if it's 40 years after. You will never want to speak to that person privately after experiencing something so horrifying.
But you know what she says. She said, I'm gonna give you the 411 on it. This is what makes this a beautiful story.
I'm trying to find the beautiful in it. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been a sad story so far.
The hardest part was today. When I told my family that they couldn't come here.
To relive this.
Relive this shit. My mom, my youngest sister, who's been my backbone through this whole shit. I couldn't tell her that she couldn't come here today. That was the realest shit.
That's real. That's real.
I love my sister.
That's real.
My sister supported me this whole time. At 18, my sister was fucking 18 years old. The realest shit that person could tell anybody. I'm gonna support you throughout this whole shit. My sister held me down. This was the hardest shit. To tell my sister that she couldn't come to this shit tonight.
Understood, Vance.
This was the hardest shit. Love my sister. She held me down throughout the years, throughout these fucking hard years that I dealt with. These fucking crackers.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, Vance. What you
But
went
it
through.
is real. It's real, my nigga.
Absolutely.
It's real, my nigga.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, I'm a real nigga. I don't
Absolutely.
give a fucking nigga if I gotta cry through this shit.
Nah, ain't nobody judging you on that. This is your story, man. A lot of niggas couldn't go through what you went through, brother.
Bitches can do it. Hey, yo, listen to this, you fake ass niggas out there in the street. You want to fuck with a real nigga? Fuck with me. I'm a real nigga. I do this shit for real. I'm a hard-working nigga. I'll get out there and get on the grind. I'll try to work for it. And yo, shit ain't going my way right now. But I got it. I got this shit together.
Absolutely.
Nigga, you can hear me. You can hear me do this shit.
Absolutely.
My people got me down regardless if I'm going through this shit.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a real nigga. I'm going to survive. I'm going to do this. My niggas with me. My people's with me. I don't care.
And honestly, I don't know if you believe in God, Vance.
Yeah. Oh,
but
without a doubt.
God
Without a
believes
doubt.
in you.
God,
And God is with you.
Do you know what? Let me explain it. I had some bees, rosary bees, that I kept with me.
During your time?
Yeah. I kept these bees for a long time. That's between me and my bees. It ain't between me and the public. But I kept these bees with me for a long time. And I believe in them. I believe in God. God led me this way throughout my life. You know what I'm saying? You niggas, all you fake ass niggas out there can believe what you want to believe about me. But at the end of the day, I'm a real nigga.
And God got you, Vance.
Yeah, and God got me.
So I understand how hard this is for you to speak about it and what you went through. You
Yes,
know,
indeed.
and I appreciate you coming here
No
to tell
doubt.
your story.
No doubt.
You know, that shows a lot of courage
No
and
doubt.
bravery in you, and I respect you for it.
No doubt.
So you said that the white girl who allegedly, you know, claimed that you raped her, even though she was with you for the whole day, you had one of your friends turn on you. You're being sent your release date.
Yeah.
She is there. This is 35 years after.
In 6 months.
In
Yep.
6 months,
Yeah.
she appears and she wants to speak to you privately. How did that make you feel, knowing that this is the same female that put you in jail for all this time? Because if it wasn't for her story, alleged story, you wouldn't be here today telling it. So how did that make you feel?
I was numb. I was numb to the whole experience, because the first thing that you think to yourself is, why would a person do this to you? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to any individual?
And what did she say?
She said some shit that left me mind-boggling. My man was there.
Rob was there.
Rob was there. Rob peeped the whole shit. And me, him, and my girl Janelle could not understand. And my girl.
How old is is
Her
the
now?
female at the time?
Oh, at the time she was 15.
No, the time of the alleged crime, but during 50. Okay, I thought you said 15.
She's right now. She's 51. She'll be 51. She's 51 right now.
Okay, so she's 50 years old and she's there.
Some shit during this last little incident that happened with me being in a situation that I'm in now. She says, I want to talk to him, to the judge. Google it, bitches.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is Google it. She says to the judge, can I talk to him privately? And the judge says, no, you can't do that. We're in a court form. You can't do that. No, if you got anything to say to him, say it through me. She said, I hope you have a good life.
Wow.
I hope everything works out for you.
How did that make you feel, hearing those words?
Imagine how it made my family feel. Imagine how it made my family feel first. That's who I was thinking about first. My family. Me, I can deal with shit. Regardless of the tears that's coming out of my eyes right now, these are tears of hurt. These are tears of shit that I shouldn't have never had to go through as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real man at the end of the day. I dealt with some shit today with my girl, my family, and all that. Because one of the things that dudes look for in the joint is support from your family. And I'm trying to focus on this interview that I had with you today. And I had all kind of shit going through my head. My family's coming at me over here. One person's coming at me here, over here. Females coming at me. And you know what you said that made the big difference in my life right today?
Mm-hmm.
All females ain't gonna want to hear this. All females ain't gonna want to hear this story.
Absolutely.
And they're not.
And I also think that it puts your family back into that space where they have to relive this story from you. You could talk about it because you lived it. Mm-hmm. They have to relive it.
Yeah.
You know, you still deal with this shit.
I deal with it every day.
You know, so for you it's a different experience. For your family and everybody who's outside looking in, for them, it's a whole different experience. Mm-hmm. And that's why I commend you for coming on here and telling your story.
You know what? For me, there's plenty of brothers like me. I'm out here now. I can say today I can get on this motherfucking puff cream and pass. You niggas out there that got that weed, holla at me. That strong shit, get at me. I'm a real nigga at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's legal. It's legal, brother.
That's what I do. And you always
you're not committing no crime.
Hey, yo, how about this? I was the first motherfucker that was in the joint that said, yo, moms, get out there and support me. You know what I'm saying? As far as I puff. Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know
wrong. It's not a crime.
I go in the basement. I do my thing. I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a job. Any of you niggas out there that got jobs, that want a motherfucker that's going to be a hard worker, I'm there.
And tell them you also now, you're a great cook. I met you.
Yeah,
over some mac and cheese that you cook and some wings. On a great day. But let's talk about you now after experiencing 35 years of hell in 6 months, trying to put shit together and live your life and follow your aspirations and dreams.
It happened for me when I first came out. Actually, it wasn't. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. It's when my sister put me on Facebook. My youngest sister. She put me on Facebook, and guess what happened? The best time of my life. The first female that I ever had any feelings for came back in my life. I was like 15, 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She came back in my life at the right time when I was getting out.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? I can't make this shit up.
That's God's plan right there.
Yeah, she been in my corner from day one. From all the way from when me and you met.
Mm-hmm.
When me and you met,
Mm-hmm.
me and her was on the phone when she was on her way back on a U-Haul with a U-Haul with a car hooked up on the back of it, and she's driving that motherfucker coming up to Boston. And I talked to her on the phone, sleeping, nigga falling asleep on her while she driving. You know what I'm saying? And that trust me, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. This woman she's the best thing that ever happened to me.
And I want to ask you this, Vance, before we get off, and I appreciate your story. And do you have any regrets? Do you regret during your time and your experience ever telling that girl that she needs to find her way home? Do you think that fucked you up by telling her that?
That changed my life. That changed my life for the worse. I'm not gonna say that that ain't play a part in nothing. I would be a fool to say that.
And that's something I feel like
I
say
own
that
that.
for other niggas and younger.
You gotta own that.
Younger people out there to understand that the way you treat women sometimes,
if
it can come back to haunt you.
It can haunt you.
Even what they say is not true, they can be mad at other things that you did to make them feel a way, less of a person.
You know what, bro? It has nothing to do with you. Sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the situation.
Yeah.
The situation.
Yeah. And
you
even
know
though
what? I found out shit about her. I found out some fucked up shit about her. After ending all this shit that was going on, the saga of this story is the bitch let her father control her life.
and he was a racist, right?
He was a racist. Don't fuck with black motherfuckers. If you fuck with a black person, I'll disown you. And I paid the price for that.
She had to face that embarrassment. She didn't want to face that embarrassment.
Anybody that's out there in the airways that know this, right? AirPod, AirFuck, whatever the fuck you out there doing. I'm just saying. I'm not disrespecting nobody, but realize this. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention. If you're black out and you're out there and you're a black young man, I'm not talking about you old ass niggas that's holding signs up on the street that I see out there now, that's out there you begging for change to get a drink. Nigga, you ain't worth it. We talking about this real kid. We talking about real people, the young ones. We gotta bring them up. If we can't do nothing for these young kids that's out there, we ain't shit. That's old school. Old school ain't shit. Old school. And you young niggas out there, and when you out there, you spitting that shit on the airways about niggas that's OGs, nigga, understand this, nigga, you wouldn't be nowhere without us.
No, experience is everything.
No, but you know what? You know what? Listen, you got to understand me. First of all, understand me. I'm still young at heart, meaning that I listened to young rap. At first I didn't understand young rap. I'd be like, oh, that's bullshit. These niggas don't know what they're talking about. But I understand their talk now. Understand my talk, nigga. Understand mine. When you get on that motherfucking mic, nigga, don't talk about OGs ain't shit. Nigga, I'll floor your head. Real talk.
Vance ain't
real
playing.
talk, nigga. We about love. We're all about love.
We all about love. But respect our OGs. We have to respect our OGs.
Don't disrespect the OGs.
You cannot. Don't disrespect Vance, the OG. I respect you.
I'm in that gym. Know what the gym is? That basement. You know what I do? I light up that L to the face. to the face, and then you know what I do? I say, yo, Google 2020 best rap of 2021. That's what I do, cause I love you niggas.
You love the young niggas.
Yeah. T Grizzly, all you young niggas out there, I love y'all. Little Baby, all you niggas, Lil Jerk, I know all y'all. I know all y'all.
You gotta,
don't get it fucked up.
Hey,
don't
you gotta
get
stay
it fucked
informed.
up. Don't get this life fucked up. We real black niggas dealing with real issues.
Shit. And to sign off, respect our OGs.
Yes,
I
indeed.
respect you. I respect you for coming on this show and telling me your story. You didn't have to. I learned a lot today. I was a man out here dating white women in college. I had a white girlfriend before. You know.
It ain't no problem with that.
Ain't no
hey, yo,
problem.
Listen.
I had some white pussy in my life.
Let me
but I'm hold on.
Okay.
The young nigga talking now, Vance.
Yo, hit the Henny. Hit the Henny.
I'm gonna tell you this, Vance.
Yeah.
I don't want those issues anymore in my life, Vance.
Okay then. Okay.
You know, and I had my experience with white women before.
Yes, indeed.
And it's a different experience. Because when I was in college, one time I'm going to share a brief story.
A whole different world.
I'm gonna share a brief story before we get off. I was in college before.
White
dating.
College? Would you say white college?
Yeah, it was a white college. Okay. I went to Wheeler. It was a white college. It was like 10 niggas and they all was on the basketball team.
Before you, when you finish the story, I got something to tell you. Go ahead.
So, back to my white college story, dating my white girl.
Yeah.
And I remember one time, me and her got into it.
Yeah.
And she smacked the dog shit out of me. She's the first female to ever put hands on me. It wasn't a black girl. It wasn't a Spanish girl. It was a white girl. But once she smacked the dog shit out of me, I knew I couldn't hit her back. I was doing the time in my head. If I smack this girl right here, I'm getting kicked out of campus.
That was that nigga.
I would be out of here.
Yeah.
So I already knew.
Yeah.
And by listening to your story, brings those frustrations again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of sometimes it's not that we can't like who we like, but sometimes the privilege versus the unprivileged. I already knew my position. I already knew what I couldn't do. Yeah. So I don't date white women no more. I'm all about my sisters and my queens.
I love my queens.
I stay with my queens
because
I know if they smack me, I can hit them back, and we gonna tussle a little bit.
You know what?
And I ain't gonna be afraid.
What? Yo, damn nigga, you wasn't filming. That's my nigga. Hey yo, my nigga wasn't even filming.
We got a lot of film.
Where we do this at?
We got a lot of film, Vance.
I love my nigga.
But I had to share that little story with me.
And
hearing your story brought me back in time.
All right. Can I say this? I want to shout out my nigga.
Go ahead.
In the background. He always been playing the background, my man Rob. Yo, this is my brother.
Shout out to Rob.
Yo, shout out to Rob for real.
Holding you down, man.
Yo, for all y'all that don't know, this is a real nigga. He held me down. This is my nigga I met in the joint. We bonded. We built. We did everything. We bid it together. And you know what? This nigga got out and kept it real with me.
And he's here today with you.
He's here with me
today. And one of your biggest moments.
Even though all the shit that I went through today, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted family support.
I understood.
I understand today that today
was about you.
Yeah, it's about me.
Today was about you, Vance. It was about you, Vance.
And I felt kind of hurt because of family. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's about me.
Today was about you, Vance.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you. In this episode, everybody is gonna learn a lot from it. And this is something that a lot of black men went through during the era that you grew up in. And there's a lot of black men still going through it. And I'm happy you was able to share your story and we can learn from you. And I wish you nothing but the best. And Rob, you're a great friend, man, and I'm happy you came here with Vance, man. Anything you want to say before we sign out?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, to my man Fuquan, that's in Norfolk, MCI Norfolk, all you niggas up there, Day, Boog Woogs, you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's locked down, man, listen, I got nothing but love for you niggas out there, man. Hey, yo, do you. Get in that law library and handle your business. Because if you don't, it won't get done. These niggas, hey, yo, no, I'm telling you, at the end of the day, don't nobody care about you but you.
That's real.
So get out there and handle your business. You know what I'm saying? And love is love. I love you niggas out there. Fool, hold it down. Boogs, hold it down. Hey, yo, my nigga, out of all niggas, you know I love you, my man. Yo, you held me down at the end. Nigga, you know who you are. I got you.
And another thing, you did 35 and 6. Life is not over.
Yes.
Life is not over. And you out here today enjoying yourself, telling your story, and doing what you have to do.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of commitment. That takes a lot of courage. And I'm proud of you.
Yes.
So stay positive and keep doing what you're doing.
Yo.
Keep going in your basement.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
3 for the stripes. Niggas, hold that down.
Hold that
bean down.
Keep
niggas.
smoking your good weed.
We do this. Niggas, hey, yo, you niggas out there that don't do the threes, fuck you niggas.
That's how we signing out.
That's how we do this.
I appreciate you.
You already know that.
Signing out.
Yeah. Hey, yo, how about this? I love you niggas.
We love you too, Vance.
You already know that.
All right, brother.
All right. That's how we do this. That's how we wrap shit up. That's how we wrap shit up.